Hey, my name is Jim. Thanks for taking a walk with me. So, when my son was young, he was a Boy Scout, and we would go to meetings every Monday night. And at the end of each meeting, there would be something called the Scoutmaster Minute. And the Scoutmaster Minute was an opportunity for the Scoutmaster to get up and give a little inspirational talk to the kids to give them something to think about for the week. And one of the talks that I would give every once in a while would start with a riddle. And the riddle was, I'd say, what is something that we all have that is very, very valuable and is something that we all spend, and it's something that we can all take, it's something that we can all give, it's something that we can all waste, and it's something that we never ever seem to have enough of. And most times kids would say something like food or money, but the answer, of course, is time. Time is the only thing that we have of any real value. It's the only thing we really spend. It's the only thing we can really waste. As we get older, there's a cliche that people say, they go, oh, time is just flying by as you get older. And that sounds like a cliche, but there's actually some pretty good science to back that up, done by the University of Michigan. And it basically suggests that because as we get older, these segments of our lives take up a smaller percentage of our entire life. So for example, if you're 10 years old, 1 year is 1/10 of your life. But if you're 50 years old, 1 year is 1/50 of your life. And when you think of it, you're thinking, wow, that year went by fast. It feels like a smaller part of your life. So anyway, as we get older, I think we start to re-examine what it is that is valuable to us and what it is that we are spending our time on. Because again, time is the only thing that we have that we have a finite amount of. So we don't want to waste it. So we think to ourselves, well, we need to spend our time wisely, but we've got to work, got to make money, and we've got to pay for things that we need to live in. But if you think about this car going by here, you think about the idea that we work in exchange for our time. That's what we're doing. We're exchanging our time for money when we're working. And that's fine. We need to do that because we need shelter and we need a home and we need to take care of a family if we have a family. We have all of those things that we need to do. But at some point, you start to realize that, I'm working and I'm spending all of this time that I have, this finite resource that I have, and all I'm really doing is collecting things, buying things that don't really add value to my life. The things that really add value to your life is your free time, your relationships, the connections you make with other people. Those are the things that are truly valuable. You can work long, long hours. Let's just say that you want a new car because, well, your neighbor has a new car and you can't have a worse car than your neighbor. You got to have a new car. So you work harder, you spend more time at work, you have more time away from your family so that you can buy a new car that is instantly going to lose value, but you'll feel good about it for a little while. And then you realize that, I'm working all these extra hours for a car when I could be spending this time with my family. So that's the thing you really have to think about as you get older, is like, what is this stuff really worth? When you're in the first quarter of your life, that's your youth, let's say from 1 to 22, right? So that's the time when you're a kid, you're in school. If you go to college, you get your degree, and then you're out. That's your first quarter of your life. The second quarter of your life is when you're hitting your career stride, 22 to 44, let's say, and you're doing all that career work, and you're working hard, and you're making money, and you're making decisions, and that's all the stuff that you're doing there. And then when you get to be around the ages of like 45 to 70, that's the third quarter. That's the quarter that I'm in. It might be the quarter that you're in. And that's the quarter where I think you start to think about, what is the real value here? What am I really getting out of this stuff? And that's why there's a little bit of a movement for the declutter movement and the FIRE movement, which is the, financial independence, retire early, where people live very frugally and then they try to retire and just live very cheaply. Those are valid ideas, but I think the thing you really have to think about is, you want to spend your time on your relationships, on the people you love, on the things you care about. Maybe you got a hobby that you care about. Maybe your hobby is, you want to be a little league coach, or you want to help your kids with their, whatever it is, their dance recital, their school projects, whatever it is. Those are the things that are really important. Those are the memories that are important. Because, as we get towards the fourth quarter of our life, and we'll just say that, on average, Americans, I think is, our average lifespan is around mid to late 70s. My dad passed away when he was 78. My mom passed away when she was 69. And you get to that fourth quarter. That's kind of the last quarter where you're really slowing down and you can't do as much as you used to be able to do. So this third quarter that we're in, that's the quarter that feels urgent. As we get to our old age, we're really beginning to jettison all those things that we had that were so important to us. We start to live smaller and smaller. Maybe we have to move in with our kids, or we move to an old age home if we're lucky enough to live in the house that we lived in for a long time. You don't want to be in a bunch of clutter. You want to have a streamlined life, and you just want to have your memories. Those are the things that are important. That's the kind of stuff I think about as I'm kind of in my third quarter here, trying to get the most out of the life that I have and pass on great experiences to my son.